Alright, in this video we are going to create a magazine cover. There will be several criteria, such as you must include a title for your magazine, the price, the date, a barcode, which you can do a Google search for one. You must be featured on the front cover, so you must edit your photo in some way, as well as have various headline, stories, and fonts. So these are some examples from students you can use to get you started. This is one that I did last year. So again, I've got the title of the magazine, the date, the cost, the barcode. I've photoshopped myself out of a Cancun image and placed it on top of a background in Jamaica. I've got various because I don't want to open the photo first. I want to set my dimensions. So I want my width to be 8.5 and my height to be 11 inches, which is your standard page size or magazine size. So we're going to give it our name, magazine cover, press OK. Now I can use the paint bucket tool, which is found over here. And if I click down there, I can use the eyedropper tool to select a color. And I can fill it in with a color. If I don't want a solid color, I can also choose the gradient tool. And here you've got some gradient options. When you click and drag down, where you start from will have the darker color. So I clicked from the top and I dragged down, so the darker color is on top. If I click from the bottom and drag up, the darker color is on the bottom. Now I did a short line. If I do a much longer line, it will change the way that looks and spread it out more. I can also go diagonally, and it will make those gradients diagonal. So you can play with that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to File and Place, and we are going to place the image which you are going to use for yourself. And we're going to resize that, so drag your corners. I might need to zoom out a little bit more because I've transformed it larger than my canvas size, because you are featured on the front, so we do want to make it fairly large. And then I can press Enter to place it. I've cut my feet off, so I'm going to use the Move tool and just move it up. Alright, now we're going to use a selection tool, and we are going to select around ourselves. And I'm not going to get too technical, just because I have been having technical difficulties this morning, and I have already tried to record this twice, and each time my video fails to save. So I'm going to do this fairly quick just to see if it'll work this time. Hold the Alt button if you need to refine your selection or remove part of your selection that shouldn't have been included. And I'm not going to get too fussy. I just want to see if this will actually record this time. Okay, so once you have yourself selected, it's also helpful too that when you guys are obviously taking your own time, is to zoom in, and you'll be able to get a better look at areas that might need refining. Once you've got yourself selected, go up to the select at the top, and we want to select the inverse. And then we are going to press the backspace. Oh, actually, first of all, I need to go to Layer, and I need to rasterize that layer. Now I should be able to hit the backspace. And you'll see by rasterizing the layer, I got rid of all of that background. Alright, I'm going to deselect those marching ants. You can also do it up there. I Command D on a Mac, Control D on a Windows, I believe. Now you can use the Move tool to move your character around, but you'll notice that the background that extended beyond my canvas is still showing. So in that situation, we may want to reselect our character, inverse our selection again, and then we can move the character that way. Alright, now I'm going to go and also place, file to place. I'm going to place the barcode which I did a Google search for and I just saved to my computer, and I can resize that, press enter to place it, and again move it to where you like. We can use then the text tool, and I can change the font size, being that it's a title. I might want to go larger, and then I can type in my title. I can move that title around with the move tool. If I want to change the size of fonts, I need to go back to the T and highlight, oops, oh, I'm on a new layer. Make sure you're on the first layer of your writing. And I need to just, another layer, why? On that one. Let's see, okay, so it allows me to move. There we go, I'm going to highlight now. And I can change different fonts, play around with different fonts. And then don't forget to include your cost. So I'm going to use another text, and I already accidentally clicked on it and added a new layer. So I'm going to go to the T. Being that it's just a cost, I'm probably going to want the font size smaller, so I can decrease that. It's just a plain writing there. And I can put in my cost or whatever I want it to be. And I'll probably change the color here. Alright. So, and then you can go ahead and add in various article headlines. So I'm not going to go in and add all those article headlines now. You guys can go ahead and play with that and what you want it to look like, but that's how you are going to feature yourself in the cover of the magazine. Thanks for watching.